Hey yo, what's up guys? My name is the Copenhagen Culture Vulture and this is my first video on YouTube, but I've been collecting vinyls, cassettes, CDs, streetwear, whatever you name it, since I was a little kid. So I decided that I would start my own YouTube channel to start showing my collection or my pickups, or just share my enthusiasm for the hip-hop culture and for lifestyle and streetwear, sneakers as well. So I went on a 12-day trip to Japan for the first time. I've never been, and I was amazed about the selection of hip-hop vinyls, cassette tapes, and CDs, DVDs as well, and books. So what I'm gonna show you guys today is all of my pickups from CDs to DVDs, cassettes, vinyls, bags, whatever, anything that's hip-hop related, I wanted to show you guys today. So I'm going to do it in like a specific order. So we'll start with the CDs, moving forward into the cassettes, then we move into the 12-inch singles, and we'll end off with the vinyl albums. And then I have a small bunch of like random stuff, books, DVDs, bags, slip mats, etc. So everything is bought from different stores in Tokyo and Kyoto, mainly the Disc Union store. I did the HMV store, I did Manhattan Records, which I highly recommend for any hip-hop enthusiast. I went to some random stores that I found around the way. Still Digging I went to as well. And I might, and the Tower Records, I believe it was called, which was a big store. So starting off with the CDs, I copped the RZA Hits. I was not aware that this was even released, but it's mostly like a greatest hits, which has stuff like Liquid Swords, Method Man, Incarcerated Scarfaces, which is my favorite from the Wu. Any like Cuban Links, Supreme Clientele stuff is highly regarded. I have over 100 products, so I'll go through them quickly. If you guys want me to go more into depth about these videos, please let me know in the comments. And while you're at it, please subscribe and like the video as well. This is the Fat Joe album. It's called All or Nothing. Actually, the only thing I know about this album currently is the My Fofo track, which is a diss track to 50 Cent. If any of you guys were born in the 90s or were listening to hip hop during the 2000s, you'll be aware of the Terror Squad and G Unit beef, as well as the 50 Cent and the Game beef, which is currently most likely the most famous one. Then I'm sorry about the sticker in the front here. This is the Fat Joe Don Cartagena CD, classic hip hop album. If you haven't heard it, go check it out. The Legend, Tragedy Gaddafi, I'm sorry, Intelligent Hoodlum is one of the early ones, with the Japanese Obi strip, which is just a very nice touch to the CD. Now we're going into the tribute to Pac Thugger Valley Chapter 2 with the Obi strip as well. I'm not aware of this one. I believe it's kind of like a greatest hits mixtape kind of thing. I can see it from 2009. Let me see if I recognize any of these tracks. I don't, but I look forward to checking it out. Then we got the Tony Stark's Ghostface Killer More Fish, which is one of the later albums from Ghost. It's a classic as well, in my opinion. It's not Supreme Clientele, but it's a banger as well. I was told that this was a Japanese mixtape by a Japanese DJ, I believe called DJ Yama. It was a very cheap. I can see it was 100 yen, which is roughly $2, some 2 American US dollars. I haven't listened to it yet. I got a bunch of stuff, so I only got as much time in the day that I have. So I'll definitely get to it. Then we got another classic one. This is Tupac and the Outlaws from Still I Rise with the Obi strip. If you don't know this album, it's a banger as well, so go check it out. For all my GTA San Andreas fans, this is the one with Hood Took Me Under, which is classic. MC8 from Compton's Most Wanted. The group is called Compton Most Wanted. Classical 90s CD. And then we got Helter Skelter by the DOC. I'm new to the DOC, which is very weird when I think about it because he was so close to Dre. But I'm gonna check this album out. I'm looking very forward to it. So that was all for the CDs. So now we'll move into the cassette tapes. We'll start off with a banger. For any of you guys who are familiar with the 90s hip-hop mixtapes made in New York, this is a official Tape Kings doo-wop mixtape, which I stumbled upon at Still Diggin' in Tokyo. This is limited to only 200 pieces. I believe they're sold out now. It didn't cost much. I believe it was around $15, $18. But it should be, I read a review, I haven't checked it out yet, but it should be a straight tribute to the 90s, so I'm looking very forward to this. I don't need to say much about this album, Naughty by Nature. Hip Hop Hooray is kind of the most famous track from this album. Yeah, I don't think I need to say any more about this. This was actually a more funny one. It's the DITC. I didn't know this existed. It's a live recording of a tribute show to Big L, I believe in either 1999 or 2000. This specific cassette tapes has a set from Diamond, Show and AG, and Lord Finesse. It's very nice if you get a chance to check it out. I believe the OC set is on YouTube, not the Show and AG set. Then we got, hold on, let me grab the other one while I'm at it. Yeah. I'm sorry about that. This is the DITC set from the live set for Big L by OC. And I can't show you here, but all the classics are on here. He did Time's Up as well. I believe this set is on YouTube, so go check it out if you get a chance. I was previously on the full clip A Decade of Snippets, so I'll move straight forward and I'll move a little bit faster through the products due to the storage room on my phone. Another absolute classic, AC's Do or Die on cassette tape. I was gassed to find this. I was looking for this copy for quite a minute. Absolute classic. If you haven't checked it, go check it. A quick sequel. I'm not sure if this was the actual sequel or there was another album between this, but 9 Lives is a classic album from AZ. We got Supreme Dump Legend by Soul Cook and the God Fahim. I'm a huge fan of Fahim, but I haven't checked this one out specifically, but I'm looking very much forward. I believe this is a DJ Clue soundtrack, I believe, from the documentary or the movie Backstage featuring Jay-Z. I believe this was a tour. I believe DMX was a part of this as well. There should be some classics on this as well, I believe. Yeah, we even have Keep It Thorough by Prodigy on here. So I believe this is kind of like a greatest hits, like the set list maybe from the concert. Do I need to say more? Smith & Wesson. I don't think I need to say more. This is a classic. This one I was gassed to find as well. This is the Eminem Infinite cassette tape. I believe, I'm pretty sure this is a repress. I can't remember which year. I believe this is a UK repress. This is Eminem before like Eminem became Eminem. So there's a very classic standout track on here called Infinite, and he raps in a little different way that we are usually, how do you say, that we are used to listening to Eminem. So I was gassed to find this. Fat Joe the Gangster, the debut album from Joey Crack. It features Flojo. Living Fat is on here as well. Classic album. Black Moon Enter the Stage. I already had this copy, but this specific copy was a Japanese release. It was only a few bucks on Amazon, so I ordered this to the hotel. Banger classic album. This is a Loud Records release, actually made in Japan. I believe, yeah, this is Big Pun's Endangered Species. I believe, I can't remember which one this is. It didn't cost like anything, I believe, so that's why I copped it. So I'm looking very much forward to checking it out. DJ Kenta Juice #1. I was told this is a Japanese DJ. You can even see the Tape Kings reference, Tape Kenta down here. And this should be a tribute to New York hip hop. So looking very much forward to checking this out as well. I mainly checked out the vinyls so far. But again, I copped around 100 products. I'm not able to listening to everything within a week, but I'm getting to check everything out. The last and final cassette is Jay Dilla's Donuts on cassette. This is 31 tracks on 44 minutes. Classic Dilla piece. If you haven't checked it, go check it out. I believe you can. It's on most streaming service, etc. Let me quickly do the DVDs, books, and slip mats and bags, and then I'll move into the vinyls. This is a funny one because I bought this because it looked like some vintage DVDs I bought in the 2000s, but this is a Japanese version, so you'll follow a bunch of Japanese rappers. I have no clue who any of these guys are, but I'm looking very much forward to checking them out. Same thing here. This is the volume 3. This is the volume 2. So same thing going on here. And then we got another DVD, and this caught my eye because they recreated a classic NWA photo. I have no clue who these guys are, but I will definitely look forward to checking them out. NCBB, North Coast Bad Boys. Yeah, looking forward to checking that out. This one I grabbed on Amazon. It's a gangster rap cassette, which features a bunch of covers from different cassette tapes, mainly from the US. There's a bunch of Memphis, Houston stuff, some DJ Screw in here as well. Caught this on Amazon. I think it was around 15 bucks, 17 bucks. If you get a chance, go check it out. It's very nice. If you enjoy just browsing around classic underground covers, that's a must cop. A Disc Union slipmat, which is a very famous store for music in Japan. Not much to say about this, but I bought something else that came in handy in Japan when I purchased that many products. Is Disc Union made this leather bag for vinyls. an absolute banger. Carries around 30 vinyls, so I had to cop 2. And this is a collaboration with something called Omega Cypher. But highly recommend these and you can use it as a carry-on while you travel. So that was all for CDs, DVDs, cassettes, books, etc. Let me move some of this stuff out the way. And then I'll get right into the 12-inch vinyls, and then we'll move into the albums. First of all, we got AZ, Give Me Yours, from the classic album Do or Die. It has some remixes, has the clean version, the instrumental, classic track. We got the God Big L with the track Street Struck off his debut album, Lifestyle of the Poor and Dangerous. We got the instrumental and the, let me see, this is the, I believe this is the explicit version, like the album version. We got Big L on We Got This, The Heist, and Day One. And Day One is actually a live recording from the show in Amsterdam. I believe this is on YouTube as well. One of my personal favorites from the Diggin' in the Crates crew, OC, Far From Yours, from his sequel album, Jules. Classical track here. It got Far From Yours and My World. I got a unreleased Diggin' in the Crates vinyl, Kicking Flavor with my man, show him how we do things and save that. Don't know any of these tracks. I'm looking very much forward to checking it out. This reminds me very well of my childhood. This is a G-Unit vinyl. It says G-Unit Records. I've never seen this before, but I recall the tracks from when I was younger. This is the Deep Cover Freestyle by Lloyd Banks and 50 Cent, and that was the B side, and on the A side we got Bump That from Greatest Street Hits Volume 1. This is 50. They even misspelled Lloyd Banks. I believe this is a bootleg, and featured Tony Yayo as well. One of my all-time favorite rap albums is Only Built for Cuban Links. So here is a standout track. This is Criminology. And on the B side, you got Glaciers of Ice with the classic photo of Ray here. You got the instrumental, like single stuff. I actually caught this off Amazon. I think it was about $10. So very happy about this. Then we got Superior and Stove God, the God that's set by the stove. This is a 7-inch single. 7-inch, right? I believe so. It's a 7-inch. Yeah. It got a few tracks on here, 161 and Sweet Dreams with the instrumentals as well. Stove God, I've been a fan for a couple of years now, and he's really starting to blow up due to the mainstream audience, due to the Clips album. Then we got The Alchemist with Block Value and More Like Us. This is with Prodigy, and we got Mobb Deep and Big Noid. Classical group. Move on to the next one. We got Tragedy Gaddafi with the Funk Mode featuring Havoc. And we got just a hip hop classic. I believe this is just a long like freestyle or a track. I quickly listened to it at the record store. I caught this at something called Banana Records in Kyoto. And it was tight. From the Game's debut album, mainly produced by Dr. Dre, we got Where I'm From, the single featuring Nate Dogg and Church for Thugs. Classical tracks. We got the Blue Carpet Treatment unreleased vinyl from Snoop Dogg. I believe this is a bootleg as well. It got featured some tracks, Got My Own, Wanna Be, That's That remix. I didn't even know there was a remix of That's That with Nas. We got the Imagine remix, and we got Do It and Life. And for all my guys who play Def Jam Fight for New York, we got the Capone Noriega on Anything Goes. Let me see, with Wayne Wonder and Lexus. This was a very standout track in the video game. And we got the Top Shutter from the Belly movie. Here is a promo from Tupac's then upcoming album, Until the End of Time. This is Let 'Em Have It and Thug and You, Thug and Me. Thug in You, Thug and Me remix. And Let 'Em Have It on the other side. We got the Beat Miners with Flip Mode, Squad, with Busta Rhymes. We got a, again, I'm unsure if this is a bootleg, but we got, I believe so, it's just a J. But this is Jay-Z's Dead Presidents in multiple versions. A 10-inch J Diller with 2 tracks on it. We got JD's Revenge and we got Birthright. And straight back into the Def Jam Fight for New York, we got a promo single. This was very cheap, around $2. We got This Is Comp with this side and sorry, not this side, I'm reading it all wrong. On the A side we got Get 'Em, and on the B side we Get Into It. And Get Into It was like a main track from Def Jam Fight for New York as well. Bootleg the game, unreleased Heat. It got the track with Lil Scrappy, the South Side, Where I'm From remix with Dre. Let me see what else it got. And then he got, I believe, the track where he decided to squash his beef with Yuckmouth, but all of a sudden he decided to diss him on the track while Yuckmouth was on it. This is a very memorable period from my childhood because Game and 50 was like the biggest thing going on. In a generic sleeve, we got Snoop Doggy Dogg with Gin and Juice and Ain't No Fun If the Homies Can't Have None. All produced by Dre and distributed by Death Row Records. Tony Touch EP, legendary DJ and producer from New York. A very, very underrated rapper and producer from the Death Row area was Sam Snead. There is a bunch of unreleased stuff from him on YouTube. You should definitely check it out. He should have been way bigger than he came out to be. You better recognize is a very, very classical track. Outkast, Elevators, Me and You. This is a very classical track as well. If you know, you know. If you haven't checked it out, this is a standout track from the album. Go check it out. I believe this used to belong to some kind of DJ. There's a bunch of writing on it, but this is the Lady of Rage with Afro Puffs, distributed by Death Row Records. There is a extended version which is very nice. Kool G Rap, Foul Cats from the album Roots of Evil. I'm a huge fan of the 456 album, which I believe a bunch of you guys are as well. It don't get more 90s than this. J. Rue the Damager, Come Clean from his debut album. This has this is the ENU Y radio. It's the version on most streaming services as well. Group Home from the Gangstar Foundation, Single Express and Run for Your Life. Another The Game bootleg. This is Love from the Gangsters featuring Eazy-E, and we got 10 minutes of Gangster which is basically just a long freestyle of The Game going at it. We got a Dr. Dre, The Aftermath Classics. We got Phone Tap by The Firm. We got Nas Is Coming. We got The Last Days and Forgot About Dre on here. And I was hyped to find this. This is a OG UK release of the Dre Day single EP, we could call it. But on the newer release, I believe the One Deep Cover 187 was on, but not on this release, as it was a release from the early 90s. We got an extended club mix for almost 10 minutes, and we got the Dre Day UK flavor. This was around, let me see, it was 1,700 yen, I believe, again, $15 around there. David Aval, have a hard time pronouncing this, but this was like a break record, I believe, I recall. We got The Crowd, Capadonna featuring Raekwon and Method Man. And on the B-side, we got Rap Pavilion by Capadonna and Ghostface Killah. A regular break record with drum loops. And this is a kind of funny one because it's called something different. This track by 50 was the one that really put him on the map, where he decided to diss the whole music industry. But on this version, it says schemes of robbing an industry. But I believe the correct version was called How to Rob. That was all for the 12-inch singles. So now I'll move into the albums. First off, we got Westside Gunn, Peace, Fly God. This is a sealed version. Number 137 out of 500, and it's the marble version of the album. We got the Vile Cats by Sean Strange and Westside Gunn. This copy was signed by DJ Legal and Sean Strange from the Snow Goons with the Obi strip. We got the Westside Gunn HWH8 Side A classic album, copped it steel sealed. I'm considering selling all 3 copies due to it being investment pieces. I'm a huge Griselda fan, but I know that some of these will go for crazy money in the end. This is a more deep underground scientific with the album Criminal. Or did I get it the other way around? No, this is scientific. Yeah, I got confused quickly. Lawtown was a standout track on the album. Was very happy to find this. This is a sealed copy as well. We got Conway The Machine and Conductor Williams with Conductor Machine. I wasn't aware of this Conway album. They have a bunch of stuff I still haven't listened to. So I was glad to find this. I quickly skimmed through on a streaming service, and for around $25, I had to cop it. MC Ren, Ruthless for Life, the legend from NWA. I don't know this album, I have to be honest, but I'm looking forward to checking it out. I believe this is a sequel album. He did the one before that with the Mad Scientist on it. Sorry about that, the storage on my iPhone runs out, but the previous album I spoke about was the Alter Rig God Connections classical album. And as I told you guys, I'm a huge Digging in the Crates fan, and especially OC, his debut album Word Life. This is the OG Japanese release pressing of the album. And I got the reissue, the US reissue, which is a DJ special double vinyl. Basically the same track list, but a different cover. Digging in the Crates again, we got Show and AG with Goodfellas. The main hit or the main track from here is Next Level, classic album. Then we got Machiavelli, aka Tupac, the Don Illuminati, which features To Live and Die in LA, Hail Mary. Classical Pac album. I believe this was released after he passed away. This is a live recording of the Def Jam Survival of the Illest. This was actually the introduction to a very young Cormega who came out with nothing released yet but some bootleg mixtapes. I believe this featured Dead Man Walking. If you haven't seen the live footage of this, you should go check it out at YouTube. This one featured DMX, Onyx, Method Man, Redman as well. And they did a small, a kind of like an EP with some of the tracks, some standout tracks, but this is all radio edits or album versions. Then we got a reissue of Method Man's debut album, To Cal. If you haven't checked this, you should definitely go check it out. It's very, very, very dope and really features a Wu-Tang sound and mix. I believe RZA mainly produced all of this. Then we got one of the new cats. I love this guy, Larry June. Only promotes a positive lifestyle. I did see him live in 2023. He rocked it. This album is one of my favorites from him. I have The Great Escape with him and Alchemist, but this features a track I have had on repeat for 2 years now. Another Day Part 2 is one of my favorites, and they just released the vinyl for Life is Beautiful by Larry June, 2 Chainz and The Alchemist. And I think this small paper with the Japanese translation is just even more, makes it more smooth and just adds a small detail to it. It's a very nice album if you haven't heard it. JC's Streets is Watching soundtrack. A very young JC from the movie Streets is Watching. This is actually a sealed copy and a US OG pressing. Yeah, was purchased at the HMV record store. I'm a big Capone and Noriega fan, and this is Nori Scott's favorite double LP. I believe this is a double LP. I'm not sure. It is a double LP, and this was around. What was this around? Like $4 US. So, and it's a B grading, so it's crazy, but it's a promo copy. I see. Then we got Griselda's Conflicted. This is the soundtrack from the movie, I believe Westside Gunn did, which featured Benny the Butcher and Gunn himself there. Then we got 50 Cent Power of the Dollar. This is a US original, but this is the shorter version of the album. It still has some very great tracks on it. It's a promo copy, but there is a longer version of this album. I had this copy a couple of years ago. I had to sell it, so I just told my wife, I was like, if I didn't sell this album, I really wanted it. So I found it randomly at Tower Records in the used pile. This was around $35, which is what I think is a pretty good price for the album. Eminem, the Slim Shady EP, which features the very, very, very classical track, I Just Don't Give a F. This is a reissue, obviously. If I had the OG, it would cost way more. Tony Yayo, Thoughts of the Predicate Felon. I had this on CD when I was way younger. Features So Seductive. We got Drama Setter, We Don't Give a F, Pimpin', Curious, and I Know You Don't Love Me, and Live by the Gun. It's actually a very classical album by Yayo. I know most people see him as 50s right-hand man, which he obviously is, but this album does have a bunch of classical tracks. We got Redman Dogs the Name 2000. I don't need to say more about this guy. He's a legend. If you haven't checked the album, go check it out. We got Screwball with Loyalty. Features Cormega as well. And we got, there's a beat, yeah, the Screwed Up track, which was, I believe, produced by the Beatnuts. We got some bangers on here as well. We got El Camino with El Camino 3. I don't want to say too much about this album. If you haven't checked it, go check it out. I believe this guy has been underrated for way too long. He's got a bunch of bangers out there. The late great legend DMX, The Great Depression. This was very cheap. I recall. Got Who We Be on here. It got Damien, and let me see. Who We Be was like the main track on here. We got Bone Thugs and Harmony, The Collection Volume 2, just straight legends. And then we're down to the final pieces. We got DJ Clue Volume 2, The Professional. It's like a big mashup album, one of the more wider releases from Clue. This was in the hip-hop pile at Disc Union. When I did check it out when I get home, this had nothing to do with hip-hop, but I really enjoyed it. It's mainly US pop hits, but everything is translated to Japanese. And it's cost around, I think it was like $4, so I guess it was okay. And the final album, I asked the sales guy to pick out some Japanese jazz for me, and this is the collaboration album between Kunihiku meets, let me see what it says, Aishi. I'm sorry if I pronounce it wrong. I really enjoyed this album. It was a whole vibe, just having it going on and on. Yeah, I would go check it out on streaming services. If you don't know this one, it's very nice. So that's all for my pickups from Japan. This is my first video as well, so if you have any criticism or any comments for the video, please let me know in the comments below. Remember to subscribe and like the video, because I'm doing a bunch more videos from previous trips I've been on with more underground New York hip hop. We'll do some mixtapes, we'll do stuff like that. And I'm gonna upload more streetwear as well. I bought a bunch of Japanese denim while I was in Japan, sneakers, stuff like that. So please stay tuned on the channel. I'll list my Discogs in the description as well, so go check that out. So thank you so much, guys, and I'll see you in the next one.